Why, hello there. Um, okay, so this is the introduction where I am going to explain what I'm doing for the XCOM conventional. No, that's not. XCOM Escalation uh, series I'm making, I guess. So, for this one, XCOM Escalation Enemy Within, there's not really a lot to explain as for the basis of what the challenge is itself. At least not that I'm willing to. So basically, there's two things. Firstly, um, on the special missions, there will be adding extra challenges, some of which will be permanent increases in difficulty, thus escalating the game as time goes on. And also, the later part of the game has a lot of the more dangerous special missions with the more dangerous extra challenges added to them. And the other thing, let's see. Okay, yeah, the other thing is I'm using all of the second wave options. So I guess that's an escalation from the first wave, or whatever you want to call it. The first thing I explained is the real reason it's called escalation. Yeah. So this is something I am doing for Mark, a close friend of mine. I'm doing this for his enjoyment, and for a lot of the series, I'll probably be talking as if I'm talking to him, or rather, I should say, I will be talking to him, though not directly, because he obviously can't answer me at that point, but talking for him, I guess. And let's see. So shortly, once I switch, shortly you will be seeing the first recording attempt I made for the challenge, and the first part of it was pretty good. Where I was at least, as far as I'm concerned, I think it is. Where I was explaining, I was basically going through, looking at all the second wave options and explaining how they will impact the campaign and how I will have to deal with them, or something along those lines, and a couple of extra rules that are associated with them. But the later part, where I actually tried to play the game, a lot of things didn't really work well, so that's why that's just a first recording attempt and not the actual first episode, because I'm going to be redoing that. I have practiced to make sure, like, the recording problems I was having will work better when I try this again. The only thing, so at the time I did that, I had decided not to use save scum option, but I've changed my mind because I want this to be all second waves. That's part of it, and also I realized it does actually have some downsides. It's not just an upside, because like if I do have to reload saves, there's no guarantee that doing the same thing is going to work. And I don't want to be like constantly reloading saves all the time. I'm going to try not to reload at all. But if I do have to, there is a downside to save scum. So it's not just a cheat or something. The biggest reason is just that I wanted to go with all second wave options. And I believe that is about all I have to say for the moment. So on to the first recording attempts. Unless you don't want to watch it, then you can just stop. Though I would recommend seeing the part where I explain the second wave options. Goodbye. Have a good time. Alright, hi there. So, I am getting ready to start our game. I guess I'm gonna call this, Enemy Within Escalation. That's just, I don't need Iron Man. Who's speaking our voiceover? No, let's not do that either. Okay, so, as you know, I'm going with all second wave options, so I'll quickly go over what each of these are and what their implications will be. So, damage roulette, While that will mean I sometimes get unexpected kills, more often it's gonna make my damage unreliable while letting the enemies get kills they shouldn't have gotten, which, so overall it increases the difficulty. It will be especially noticeable against enemies I should be one-shotting, but am not. Alright, now let me quickly actually check to see that my recording thing is working. It looks like it is. Okay. New economy. Funding offered by individual council members is randomized. I don't really know. This could be good or it could be bad. It's unpredictable, so more likely to be bad since I can't plan around it. Not created equally. Randomized stats for soldiers at the start. I usually find this makes the early game a little bit harder because my starting troops are more unreliable, especially because I don't tend to get rid of them even if they have bad stats. But later on, the ones with better stats tend to become some of your best soldiers later on, so that helps. Hidden potential, similar, not as big an impact. The most notable differences, my soldiers don't tend to get as much health with this, but you can get mobility increases, and there was another important thing. I forgot what it was though. Alright, mechs get much better aim. Assaults and heavies get less, but they didn't have... Assaults don't rely on their aim as much, and heavies already had bad aim, so it doesn't matter that much. Let me think. Oh yeah. Also, you'll tend to get some extra good super soldiers out of this. Training roulette fits the same thing as the others, but with special abilities. With this, it'll truly be like I've not got. If I lose someone, I'll truly not be able to fully replace them. So I really like this, among many other things. A lot more interesting soldiers. And I'm just going to enable this just because all second wave options, but... actually... No, I'm not going to, because if I do end up redoing a mission, I don't want to... If I do end up reloading, I want to have to do different things. I don't want doing the same thing to have a different result. So I'm gonna turn that off. It should be the only one I have off. Red fog generally makes it harder because it doesn't affect enemies. Some of my playstyles actually do often have the mindset of, oh, well, I can take a hit here because I bring medkits, so I can risk letting this guy get hit as long as I know it's not going to kill them, and then I can just heal them afterwards. Damage roulette already makes that less reliable because enemies can one-shot units. They didn't used to be able to one-shot. But Red Fog makes it even worse because if they get hit at all, they're so much less effective in combat. Absolutely critical. This is a nice balance to damage roulette because then you still get a decently reliable way of damaging most enemies as long as you can set it up properly. And also, Hardened now only provides as much protection against critical hits as you get from flanking instead of 10% extra, so stacking critical chances a little bit easier and more effective against enemies who don't use cover. Like, not the ones you can flank, obviously, because absolute critical is already giving you 100% against that. So it helps give you an extra tool for dealing with the enemies you can't flank, too, which is nice. Greater Goods, Secret of Psionics can only be learned by interrogating an alien. I mean, I am going to activate this, but also, yeah, I'm going to further lock psionics behind taking down the Overseer, because I'm going to have the game's going to increase to impossible difficulty after I take out the Overseer, but yeah, so I want to have an incentive to take it out earlier, to counter the incentive to wait as long as possible. Marathon. This makes a lot of things more expensive. Research slower by a lot of it by more than double. Um, so a lot of your progression is going to be slowed, but and the enemy's progression is slowed as well. But your soldiers still get promoted at like the same rate. So I have a bunch of higher-ranking soldiers with low-tech equipment for a good while. Something I find kind of fun. It's like the conventional weapons only challenge. Results driven, country will often offer less funding as panic increases. Honestly, I see this one as more of a good thing because if they're at minimum panic, they actually give you extra money. And only countries you have satellites over give you money anyway. The countries that you have satellites over are the easiest ones to keep at minimum panic, so yeah, I think this one honestly makes things easier. High stakes, I like this one too. I think it's kind of similar because you can get better rewards overall, though at the same time, if you're really needing to keep your panic down, that can lead to you having to take less good rewards than you usually would as well. Yeah, I honestly enjoy this one. Oh, diminishing returns. This will probably be the hardest one for the whole game. It makes satellites ridiculously expensive even to start with. But then they get exponentially more expensive the more of them you make. It's like the first one is going to cost me like 600 credits. It's ridiculous. So yeah, this combined with some other ones is going to make the strategy layer actually challenging, which it usually isn't, at least not compared to the tactical layer of the game, even on higher difficulties. I mean, on higher difficulties it can be, especially impossible, it can be a challenge, but tactical layer still outshines that a lot. This will change that to some degree at least. More than humans, Sonic is extremely rare. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting a lot of Scions besides the mission scripted ones. So I'm not going to have... It's going to be harder to get full squads of Scions. Itchy Trigger Tentacle. I like this one. It doesn't trigger much in the early game, which is good because, I mean, here it doesn't matter that much because I'm still starting on normal. It means I'm going to have to be a lot careful about how I move. I have to make sure that wandering pods don't flank me. Normally, if they flank you on your turn, you can just on their turn, then you can just reposition on your own turn and fight them. A little bit of it, it's a little bit tricky, but overall, not a big problem. With this, that mechtoid that just flanked you might just kill one of your guys straight up. And you have to be more careful about scouting, moving forward, keeping your guys sticking to cover, make sure it's not someone you really don't want to get shot, so usually I like to use shivs for this. You'll get to see it more in action later. War Weariness. Overall funding levels drop every month, so basically between this and diminishing returns, I'm not going to be getting much money from satellites. They're mainly just to keep panic down. I'm going to have to be relying largely on the black market and other things for my money. Illyrium restores to great overtime, so even more reason to sell all my Illyrium at the start. And so developing into plasma tier equipment and the like will be a slower affair. Yeah, lose all gears from soldiers who die in combat. Now I extra don't want my guys to die. Not that it was already pretty bad to lose them, but now it'll be even worse. Should probably save up all of the Exalt laser weapons I get, just so that I have decent backup gear. The power requirements of all facilities are doubled, and I'll have to build a lot more power facilities, basically. So between that and the fact I'm going to want a lot of workshops to make up for my weak economy and diminishing returns, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to have a very strict facility formation. I'm gonna be using everything. Yeah, there's not gonna be much spare room. Aiming angles. We know this one already. I use this all the time. Yeah, as you get closer to flanking enemies, they're just easier to hit them, and same for them against you. Mind hates matter. Genetically modified soldiers cannot undergo side testing. Gifted soldiers can never receive genetic modifications, so this is more... I already tended to play as if I had this active, even if I didn't. But it basically, I don't want to genetically modify my soldiers until they've been psionically tested at colonel rank. Because if I give them their gene mods, they're not going to be able to become scions, and it's already harder to get scions, which I really need. And the gift soldiers you get, while they do have extra strong psionics, their other stats are less good. So I do want to make sure I get some proper soldiers who are psionics as well. And I think that's about it. Okay, yeah, that's already... We're starting on normal, but difficulty will increase over time. Let us start the game. Those who play with the devil's toys will be brought by degrees to wield his sword. Buckminster Fuller. I'm not going to be skipping cutscenes this time around since... oh... That... Huh. My computer is not handling the cutscene particularly well. That's disappointing. Huh. I may have to look into changing my... how I'm recording my things again. That's sad. Yeah. I was going to not skip these because I'm making this for someone who isn't overly familiar with the game. It's been a long time.
Recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
Alright, so even though my favorite continent bonuses are Asia and South America, and I usually go with Asia because I'd have to put up a lot more satellites to get this bonus, I think I'm actually going to go with Europe because, like I said earlier, I'm going to be building a lot of workshops, and that's going to cost a lot to maintain and also to build, and I'm not going to be getting much money from my satellites in the later game, so I want to be sure I can keep is running. I feel like there was more to say, but I do not remember it.
France is sending an urgent mission request. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles. Strike One, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
Okay. Let's move you up here.
Copy that.
We'll just get everyone
Heading
up
there
to the
now.
door for now.
On it.
Actually, okay, if I didn't see anything already, there shouldn't be anything in here, right? I want to move faster for getting meld.
Moving out.
Whenever it's safe to do so.
Heading to that location. Moving to position.
Oh. We have meld in that direction, do we? It's probably not in right out here then.
Got it.
Yep, none spotted.
That's affirmative.
Get over here.
Already there. Orders confirmed. Moving out.
It's been a long time since I did my last recording, so actually, oh, never mind. Okay, I don't want you to move forward yet because you might spot something.
Quiet. Did you hear something? That's what we're looking for.
All right.
Heading
Get over
out.
here.
Enemy in sight.
Thought there might be some there.
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
It's been secured. They're on the move.
You're probably not going to be able to see them from there, to be honest. Okay, where am I going to want? What do I want you to do? I can't quite get around here at this point.
Heading there now.
Let's move you up to see if there's anything.
On it.
I'm on the move.
You know what? I am going to move you up here so that you can get to
Okay.
a better attack position next round.
Roger
Going
that.
Overwatch. Yeah, you shouldn't see anything else. Can you get up there? No. Just because he shouldn't doesn't mean he won't.
Moving to Overwatch. Moving to Overwatch.
Hello!
No longer a threat.
Their weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
X-rays coming in from the sides.
Alright, go for the
Affirmative.
flank. Alright, 100% chance to crit. I forgot about that. And damage roulette, too. Did I kill one of the ones that came out here? No, I hit that guy with Overwatch. Why can't you move there? What?
Moving to position. Shot wide.
Working so bad
Heading
compared
to
to
that location.
before. Did I kill the other one? I probably could have used, yeah, I should have used my pistol there. I guess I did. Alright, I'm gonna need to stop the recording and see what I can do to fix this.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander. I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Commander to the research labs.
Thank you.
Commander to the research labs.
Impressive work, Commander. Our soldiers have to be feeling good after a mission like that. The assault class serves as our front line. They're the first ones into a fight, and the last ones out. Our snipers specialize...
Oh. Whoops. Probably should have.
Commander to
Probably should not have
engineering.
skipped that.
Commander to engineering.
Okay, let me think. What was I gonna do with this? I forgot to think about that ahead of time. Okay, I want to capture enemies for faster research because I'm going to be focusing so heavily on engineering stuff that I'm not going to be going for scientist rewards or building laboratories or things like that if I can help it. Meld for mech troopers is always good.
Commander to engineering. Commander
Yeah, let's
to
start
engineering.
with this.
Seems the complexities of our latest research projects are overwhelming the current.
Ah, Commander. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
I don't know if I want med kits just yet, especially with them being so expensive.
We've still got some
Okay.
room to grow up here.
I want to
But
try
if
and
we really
build
want
another.
to expand our facilities, we're going to have to start excavating beneath the base. Unfortunately, the deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
Let's see. Maybe I make my set up all my power along this line. Build all my workshops
Commander to mission
along
control.
here.
Commander to mission control.
Then I have room for satellites, objective things, and what else was I gonna want? I don't actually remember. There was something else I was doing. See, last time I had workshops all
Commander
in
to mission
here,
control. Commander to
power
mission
down
control.
here, satellites. That might have been all I needed for objectives. I think there was more though. Oh well. We'll figure it out as time goes on. I'm gonna want the steam vent, so
Work crews are on their way to
And go
begin
for this.
construction. I'll send word when the new facility is operational.
I want more
Commander to
soldiers,
mission
but I don't need them
control.
just yet.
Commander to mission control.
Commander, we've picked up multiple requests for assistance.
Mexico,
Abductions in progress are marked on the
scientists.
hologlobe.
Man, and I was just talking about how high stakes usually makes things easier. Well, I guess I'm gonna go for the money then, most likely. Is it... Huh? There we go. Because I can use that to build a workshop. even if it's not right away. Okay, I'm gonna stop and save right here, though. So goodbye for the moment. All right, I need to make a new save, not overwrite an old one. Saving complete. Quit the desktop. All right, stop recording.